Yo, what it do, Ghost Nation? It's your boy Ghost Rider. Welcome back to another episode of Ghost Movies. Man, I just got out of the movie theater from seeing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Man, this movie was long, but I don't mean to start off negative. I don't care how long it is. If you could sit through Endgame, you could sit through this. Man, this movie was fantastic, man. From start to finish, I was engulfed in the story of how Namor became Namor, the serpent god, Khan. I love that name. I don't know why. I love when Winston Duke says it. Khan. I love it. His backstory was amazing. The funeral of freaking T'Challa, of Chadwick Boseman, seeing his face in the city of Wakanda, that was impactful. That was amazing. I felt it, man. The goosebumps was there. The funeral, they're all dressed in white. They're all doing the Wakanda Forever, the hug. Everything was fucking fantastic, man. Fucking fantastic. I felt that joint. I also felt, spoiler alert, and I'm going to spoil the fuck out of this movie. I really felt it when freaking Shuri took the herb, became fucking Black Panther, and before she did, she went to the ancestral plane. But instead of seeing her mother, instead of seeing T'Challa or maybe her stepfather T'Chaka or whatever, she saw freaking Killmonger. That's all she saw was Killmonger in the ancestral plane. And it wasn't even the ancestral plane. It was the throne room of Wakanda. And it was on fire. The same flame that Killmonger put in the throne room. That's what we saw. She was just reliving that same scene again. It was crazy. She allowed vengeance to consume her to go after freaking Namor. And let's just say right now, Angela Bassett, man, stole this fucking movie, man. Her acting in the beginning, the first and second act of this movie was amazing. That woman killed it. She was on fire. And they had to go and kill her off. After they just buried Chadwick Boseman's character, T'Challa. They just buried him. They going and they kill off Rwanda. Because spoiler alert, if you read the comic books, the Atlanteans, Namor himself floods Wakanda. Now this is a different nation or empire. It's called Talokan. Now Talokans, they come into Wakanda and they just freaking, they didn't bury all of the city, but they just shut out it wasn't even a flash flood. It was like a freaking river. It was just a river of water splashing throughout the whole cities. There was different explosions of water throughout the entire city, and it definitely led all the way up to the throne room of Wakanda. Now, for Namor to kill Ramonda, that was crazy because Ramonda, she's the mother to Shuri, and freaking Namor was the one who let Shuri go to see Talokan and see the whole empire. Put on a freaking scuba diving suit and she went right down into that bitch. So for him to open his house and home to her and then to go and kill her mother, I was shocked by that. But the acting was great. I even like Namor. Namor was very menacing. I loved it. Now, Riri Williams, man, her character, I enjoyed it for what it was. But man, I preferred her freaking Mach 1 suit than the second one. The second one looked like something out of Power Rangers or VR Troopers or Big Bad Beetleborgs. Those are for, y'all old heads who grew up in the 90s and stuff. Like, y'all know who Big Bad Beetleborgs are. Go check them out. She looked something out of VR Troopers. I was like, what the fuck is this? I did not like her Riri Williams Ironheart suit. I did not like it. That was my only gripe in the whole film, was that suit. Now let's talk about when Shuri finally becomes the Black Panther. She took the herb. We talked about that. She saw Killmonger. He said, "What's up, cousin?" Sitting on the throne room with the ill dreads. You could see his every kill that he had. You could see those markings on his skin, and it's all blacked out. But when she took the herb and she punched the actual dummy in her lab, and then when she finally has the suit on, man. And you see all the nations scatter out of Wakanda and they go to the mountains where the Jabari tribe is. And you see M'Baku, Winston Duke's character, talking to all the nations. All you see is them look up because one of the hovercrafts of Wakanda lands over the rooftop. It opens up and you just see Shuri do the Wakanda Forever hug or the pose, and she drops down. And when she drops down, the suit has this purple vibranium ripple effect throughout the whole suit. I got chills when she did that, man. She landed on that little, the snow or the sand or whatever the fuck that was. I got chills. I got chills when she became the new Black Panther. It was awesome. This movie was fucking fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. It was a long ass movie. I think it was 3 hours and 5 minutes. Fuck it. I loved it. And the 5 minutes paid off because we get a mid-credit or post-credit scene. At the end of the movie, you know, we finally see Shuri going to IT, which is supposed to be Haiti, but they say IT. So she goes to IT. She's gonna fucking meet everybody and shit. She's gonna link up with Nokia, and she's gonna finally bury her funeral garment that she wore to bury her brother and her mother. And she was gonna do the ritual, but then all of a sudden the camera pans around to the side of Shuri, and you see Nokia coming through with a little kid. Come to find out that T'Challa has a son. Shuri is an auntie, and the son's Haitian name, his IT name is Tucson, something like that. But his Wakandan name is T'Challa. So she's gonna groom another T'Challa. So we're still gonna get T'Challa in the MCU. We're still gonna get the Black Panther in the MCU. He might lead the Young Avengers. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I loved how Ryan Coogler handled this. I loved how he portrayed everything. It was fucking fantastic, man. I had no problem with what he did to honor Chadwick Boseman, the late great Chadwick Boseman. Great fucking movie, fucking fantastic. Like I said, I was on board from start to finish. I loved it. I love the post-credit scene. Now, I was so hyped to find out that T'Challa got busy with Nakia and they had a kid. Oh, it was so beautiful. So beautiful. This movie was fucking amazing. I think, me personally, I still love the first one, but this movie is right up there with Black Panther, the first one. The first one always be special to me because that was the last movie that my father saw before he died. So that movie's going to be special to me. That movie's going to be epic. But this movie, though, it's right up there. I wouldn't put it in my top 5, but it's right up there. Kudos to the cast. Kudos to the director, Ryan Coogler. You came out with another banger. I was shocked to see Michael B. Jordan in this film to come back and play his character in the ancestral plane, which I knew that was going to be one of the options to bring him back because he is dead. He's not coming back to be the Black Panther. A lot of people thought he was going to be the Black Panther. Fuck all of y'all freaking, what do they call it? Tinfoil hat wearing motherfuckers. Stop it. Stop it. Cut it out. Y'all did the same thing with WandaVision with the whole Mephisto. Cut it out. Just watch it, and then you come up with your theories and you come up with your, you know, your fucking reviews and shit right after you watch the shit. Stop with your theories. It's tiring. Anyway, this movie was fantastic to me. I give it an 8 out of 10 bruhs. Because I was like, bruh, throughout the whole movie. Loved it. I love how powerful Namor is. I love that he could be weak by desert heat, by fucking artificial heat that you could have in the ship. I love it. I love it. Go out and see this movie. Support this movie. Let this movie gross to $1 billion, people. All right, I'm going to get up out of here. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'll catch you on the next video. Ghost Rider out.